Hello viewers and subscribers, thank you for always joining me on the show Love Parenting and Mental Health Therapy with your counseling psychologist. My name is Tosin, a counseling psychologist and God servant. Okay, so my pleasure to be on the show again today. This is a product of Sure Hope Counseling Clinic, a counseling firm that deals with general counseling. Okay, so if you have any issues around love, parenting, mental health, or what have you, why not check on us at Sure Counseling Clinic? Alright, so today on the show, the value I'll be bringing up to us is actually how to understand and relate with your phlegmatic spouse. For a couple of weeks, I've been talking about understanding your spouse and relating to him or her based on his or her personality. Okay, so I started with sanguine spouses, choleric spouses. Last edition I talked about melancholy spouse, and today I will be talking principally on phlegmatic spouse in relation to his emotions, his financial management, his parenting style, and of course, and how he or she relates with the opposite sex. Subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that you keep getting the value we'll be bringing across, and also don't forget to like, share the video, and of course, kindly comment. It will mean a lot. Alright, so I'll be right back. So welcome back from that short break. Alright, so moving very fast, who is a phlegmatic spouse? Before I dive into his characteristics on emotions, financial management, parenting, and handling the opposite sex relationship, let me quickly talk about the general characteristics of a phlegmatic. It's very, very important that you put to focus that a phlegmatic spouse is very shy, is cool, calm, collected, very consistent. Phlegmatic persons are kind, relaxed, easygoing, and one of the major hallmark of a phlegmatic is that is a very peaceful person. Peace means a lot to a phlegmatic. He doesn't joke with his peace, okay? He wants his peace in all regards, and nevertheless is also very sympathetic. Alright, so having laid that foundation, who is a phlegmatic when it comes to his emotion and how do you relate to him or her being the spouse? Alright.
Are you searching for professional counseling services appealing and available to individuals, schools, families, communities, corporate and religious organizations at an affordable rate? Look no further. Sure Hope Counseling Clinic is a registered counseling firm and a recognized member of the Counseling Association of Nigeria. Sure Hope Counseling Clinic offers services in the following categories: toddler and preschool development counseling, preteens and teens counseling, premarital counseling, marital counseling, parenting, rehabilitation and remedial counseling, corporate counseling. Other services include book sales, library services and training. We also offer home services for children and the aged. Likewise, we treat addiction and offer therapy for mental well-being. Sure Hope Counseling Clinic is located at 99 Idito Bus Stop, adjacent Oluyolu Shasha O, Puli-Eleyele Road, Ibadan. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Sure Hope Counseling Clinic. For inquiry, visit our website www.shcounselingclinic.org.ng or call 0803 537 6009 or 0806 847 5755. Sure Hope Counseling Clinic, living people better than we met them.
Now, when it comes to emotion, phlegmatic people are very, very consistent. Unlike any other temperament, they are very, very consistent. They are very calm. In fact, they rarely outburst their emotion. You can see a phlegmatic suddenly bursting into tears, bursting into laughter, bursting into anger. They are very calm and collected when it comes to emotions. So they are not emotionally expressive. In fact, They are very funny in the sense that they don't talk emotion like Sandrine would do. They don't act emotion like choleric would do. They don't write emotion, sing emotion, dramatize emotion like melancholy would do. Rather, they walk away from emotions. They are very, very conservative when it comes to emotions. Likewise, they barely hold on to negative emotions. The fact that they don't express emotion does not mean that they are holding on to emotion, and that's the major difference between them and a melancholy. If they can just find their peace, they resolve their negative emotions, and they're not holding on to it. They have let go. If they can just be allowed to have their peace, they are done with the negative emotions. So therefore, as a person who is married to a phlegmatic, when you notice that you are exhibiting negative emotion, or when you notice that maybe your spouse is emotionally disturbed, I mean your phlegmatic spouse, all you need to let him do is let him have his peace. By the time he has his peace, you'll be surprised as the spouse you will get thereafter. Okay, so another exciting thing about the phlegmatic is the fact that when it comes to the opposite sex, they are very, very conservative. Like I said the other time, they are emotionally stable and consistent, and they don't express emotion on time. And of course, they appear very peaceful on the outside, but inside of them they are very fearful. And because they are very fearful, they are the kind of people that are very, very slow when it comes to decision making. So when it comes to the opposite sex, they are very loving people. People like to be around them, but when it comes to making marital decision, they are very slow. Generally, a phlegmatic spouse is prone to late decision making. So when it comes to marriage, or when it comes to love and relationship, he or she is not usually proactive. Okay, a phlegmatic lady is not the kind you will ask out today and tomorrow or next you will get your feedback. She might take forever, and she might even end up not telling you yes, but she's already in a relationship with you. There are people that find yes or no difficult to say. They are not people that they are very fearful when it comes to decision making. So committing themselves by saying I will is something that is not easy for them. And of course, if you are going out with a phlegmatic spouse, probably being a male, making a marital decision for him might also be very, very slow. It might not be something he will come to on time. They preferred that somebody is recommending a guy or a lady to them rather than for them to make a marital decision themselves. So they are very wonderful people, loyal friends, faithful friends, but when it comes to marital decision, they may be very slow with that. But in case they reach out and you eventually agree to have a marital relationship with them, I want to tell you that they are very loyal people. They don't change spouses very easily, because once their mind is made on a decision, it might take forever to change their mind again, meaning that they don't make up their mind on time, but once they do, it may take a lifetime before they rethink again. All right, so that's about them when it comes to emotion. So how do you relate to that as the spouse of a phlegmatic? You need to actually encourage them, meaning that most of the time you have to take major decisions for them, most especially prayerfully. They are yes people. They are very agreeable. They are very compliant. Okay, so you just have to trust God, because you might end up making major decisions in that marital relationship. Alright, so when it comes to parenting, phlegmatic are fabulous. Why? Because they are very patient with children. They are very nurturing. They are very consistent. They are very compassionate and passionate. And because of this, kids are going to do well around them. And of course, they are very teachable, and so they help their children also to be teachable as well. So their children also are very agreeable, are very teachable, open to corrections, and amend very quickly. But one thing about the phlegmatic is the fact that, in similitude to melancholy, they are also very critical on themselves and on others. So they might actually criticize a child so much that he or she might be very, very talented, but less confident. Okay, as a spouse of a phlegmatic person, you have to be proactive. You have to actually give your child a good support, most especially be there when it comes to decision making, because your spouse might not be there. Not that he or she is wicked, that is just who he or she is. And of course, when it comes to mental health, they are actually very prone to mental health challenges, most especially addiction, like phone addiction, pornography addiction, drug, masturbation, and all, because of their indoor nature. You have to help them to get positively distracted from indoor activities. Most of the times, encourage that you guys take a walk, encourage that you guys do some outgoing, though he or she is not an outgoing person, but that will actually help a lot, to actually help with lessen his addiction or addiction. Then it's also very important that you're also forthcoming when it comes to sex in your marital relationship, and that's for those who are married now. You have to ensure that he or she gets enough sexual satisfaction, and this will also help him to break free from addiction, most especially when it comes to drug, masturbation, and all. Oh, wow. Okay, when it comes to finances, phlegmatic are also very wonderful. They don't make financial decision very quickly. Okay, they don't part with money very quickly. They are very compassionate, but at the same time, they don't part with their money very easily. Okay, so you have to understand that. But one thing about phlegmatic is that they are very agreeable. So when you are able to convince them about why they need to spend on what they want to spend on, I tell you, they are open. They are very teachable people. They are just wonderful. They are loyal. They are faithful. Okay, and that brings us to the end of the 4 temperaments and how you can relate to them as a person who is getting married to any of these. And I also want us to know, in rounding up, that there is nobody without weakness. There is no temperament without strengths or weaknesses, and that's it. And that's where adjustment comes in. You have to learn to be adjustable. You have to learn to be agreeable. You have to learn, to shift grounds, and that is what working together means. It means that two of you are ready to compromise on some basic principles or many principles that are not helpful for your marriage. And that's why this teaching is very, very important. Don't just hear this teaching alone. Let your spouse also hear it. This brings a lot of understanding. This can also steer meaningful discussion between both of you and help you to be well adjusted to one another. All right, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, to share this video, to also ensure that you leave a comment, and also please like the video. And don't forget that I am the lead consultant at Sure Hope Counseling Clinic.